Where did it come from? 63. Frostbite Assault. A Crossout video by Dangerously Incompetent. The main season Frostbite Assault is just about to end. It's been on for 3 months. And it's just like all the other main seasons. It's got seasonal challenges, a special tab on your challenges. Daily challenges, just getting patches. They're easy. They just get done as you play. Play for an hour or so, and they'll rock up. If you're having difficulty, my advice is to go do raids, because you destroy loads of enemies there instead of just 8 on the enemy mission team. There's hundreds in a raid, and that gets you much more patches quite quickly. That's if you're short time, of course. And then main challenges, they stack up. You can do them anytime, and they're easy enough, unless you've really only just started. And then additional challenges. And if you do most of the daily challenges and all of the main challenges, you get to about 110, I reckon, on the reward track, which is excess levels. And of course most of the excess levels are lighters, which you only get if you buy the battle pass. But what is on the rest of the reward track? New parts, tradable parts, profitable parts. There is the other usual filler stuff on the reward track, things like resource crates with a tiny chance of uranium, badges, coin, the odd crate if you bought the battle pass, and structural parts, which I'm reliably informed if you don't unlock them here and now, or weren't playing when Frostbite Assault came along, you can get them on the badge exchange. I'm reliably informed. I don't know myself. I've always unlocked the lot of structural parts. They've always never appeared on the badge exchange for me because I've already got them. And there's some coupons around. There's some coupons and some pretty pictures. There are stickers and paints and decor parts on the reward track, and they're all paywalled behind the battle pass, so you have to pay to get them. But they're all tradable, which means you can pay in coin rather than real money, which is one of the things I really like about Crossout. It's all tradable on the market. But given you normally have to pay real money to get these things, it's amazing how cheap people will sell the stickers. 10 cents a time, because there's hundreds of people bought the battle pass, hundreds of people get these stickers, and then they go and sell them immediately. And surprisingly, the price plummets, and the stickers particularly go down to like 10 cents. It's not worth selling. It's not worth doing the clicks to sell it for 10 cents. It's madness. My mind is boggled constantly by the number of people who do it. But the first one, new sticker, tradable sticker, Let's Unite sticker, which I'm a bit dubious about. Join up, and there's this sort of gun thing. It looks like it's an emplacement. If you know Crossout well enough, that's a vehicle. But if you don't, that looks like a gun in an emplacement or something, which is a bit dubious given that Russia's in the middle of a war of aggression against Ukraine. So I'm a bit. Are they being sarcastic, maybe, or are they being patriotic, or are they trying to make it look like both? So it sells in Russia and doesn't not sell in the West. Anyway, political considerations aside, we're looking at the economics of Crossout rather than the politics of the real world. And next sticker, victory will be ours. So there's a drone running around in some tracks and victory. Another sticker. Another new sticker, another tradable sticker. Doesn't take up storage space. You can sit on these for years. It doesn't make an ounce of difference. Then sell them once the price has gone up. That's what I'd do. Well, it's almost what I do, except I buy hundreds of them first. Anyway, next paint. Thermal cladding paint. New paint. Well, it looks more like a covering, doesn't it? But it's actually just a paint. Good. Does the shading change? Yeah, the shading does change. So there's a bump bump map on it as well. It's not just a paint. God, that must hurt some PCs when they're rendering that. Glaciation hologram, nice new tradable hologram, lovely. I'll have some of them. And Rune of Battle paint, new and tradable. Red-eyed octopus, red-eyed octopus, doesn't look like it. It's only got 4 tentacles, octopus got 8. Squid's got 10, isn't it? Yeah, I think. I'd have to look that up again. Anyway, new and tradable, lovely, lovely, lovely. Decor, ship Searchlight. That looks, look at the detail on that. I grew up in the 8-bit era, so this is just mind-blowing, mind-blowingly detailed. And you can just move it around, and you can draw out loads of them. Amazing. That's a customization element for your banner. Prohibition sign, new tradable sticker. Okie dokie. Glacier, ooh, icy. Paint, tradable, new. Labour is a matter of honour. I wonder if that actually means anything. Is that you could translate it if you spent a lot of time working out what the characters mean, or is it just random? New tradable sticker there, and another one. All-seeing eye, new tradable sticker. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And don't let yourself be fooled. Well, don't let yourself be deceived. They obviously use 2 different translators. Now that makes me think they're being sarcastic rather than patriotic with these stickers. But it is in the general, 3 colour, white, red, black, 3 colour thing of the old Soviet posters. Very much in that style, isn't it? New tradable sticker, and let's make the valley great again. Use tradable sticker. Frozen ocean, new tradable paint, but it looks an awfully similar to. It's just a different shade, isn't it? A different underlying shade. But never mind. What's it trading for? Still worth coin, and it will be worth even more coin in the future. And ooh, space duck, Cyroduck, Mr. Freeze. Freeze is coming. Look, he's got the Jotun mortar round. Attention to detail. And that's it for the decorative things. Of course, being a main season, there are new parts, there are new cabins, new equipment, new weapons. No new movement parts this one. Oh well. They appear on the reward track, and they're also craftable on the workbench, which we'll get to in a moment. And the first one you get is the Jotun chirogenic weapon. It's a mortar, not a cannon. That's very archy, and it does freezy and leaves a puddle. But you only get one of them, which seems a bit mean-spirited. You used to get a set of the weapons, didn't you? I'm pretty sure. But you only get one. Maybe the devs have come to the realization that giving away upgraded parts with no resource cost with the battle pass on the season reduces the demand for resources, which reduces the demand for battles being played, and that's a bad thing. Crossout needs more battles, more people playing battles, more people playing more battles, and there's the an upgraded not work piece, blueprint, and a regular blueprint for use on the workbench. Then there's the Rune 1, which is ammunition for the Yeti and booster fuel. That's a very odd pair, but there you go, more fuel for your booster, or run around the map invisible forever. Well, as long as the battle lasts, if you want to, unless you're forced out of it by verifiers or something, or getting shot. One of them. And then Yeti, which is the stealthy thing, which the rune powers. It's like a chameleon, only it runs constantly until you turn it off, or you get shot, or you run out of invisibility reserve. Narwhale, another weapon, only one, and then 6 energy again, so you can only put 2 of them on a build because it's 17 energies the maximum until relic cabins come along. It's only a matter of time. Anyway, it is a cannon. It does freezy stuff. It does freezing damage. It doesn't do puddles. Then the Skadi, which is the flame flora but cold, icy, Mr. Freeze. How much energy does that take? 4. So you could put 4 of them on a build, but you only get 1. But it's upgraded. If you want the rest, you've either got to make them or you've got to spend your lighters getting them. Can you spend lighters to get the upgraded ones? I've forgotten. We'll have to look on the workbench. And the fin whale engine. I think that's going to be popular. That's the thing if you're looking at investing in these parts, particularly the legendary ones. They're expensive to make, and if they're not popular, their price is going to drop below what it costs to craft them, so you're going to lose out. But you've only got these 3 months to craft them in. After the season ends, not craftable until it rocks up in a mini season for a month, if it turns up in the mini season. So artificial scarcity, and if it's popular, price goes up, and can go up an awful lot. But it can also go down if it's not popular. And of course, if it's too popular, it's probably because it's overpowered, in which case it's going to get a nerf, and then the price will go down. So pick and choosing which one to invest is a nightmare. I usually end up getting a handful, a few of each of them. That's what I've done this season. The Whaler cabin, legendary cabin, who's good at shooting cannons, takes its recoil and puts it into more speed and impulse. Is that the impulse damage, or just the recoil when, well, not recoil, but when you're hit, makes people go flying? Maybe you should go try those with the, what's the double crossbow? Shoot twice, and if you hit with both, you get a huge impulse of hit. I've forgotten. Phoenix? No, the Phoenix is the explosive one. Toadfish. Toadfish, that's it. I should try that with a toadfish. And that's the parts you get on the reward track. I should note that the cabins and equipment and weapons that you get on the reward track are all behind the paywall. You've got to buy the battle pass to get them, and they all come already upgraded. So you can't trade them unless you degrade them with the unfusing event that we just had for Crossout Day. However, on the season workbench, you can craft regular tradable parts. There's a nice regular Skadi which you can craft and then sell. And it's not just the Battle Pass buyers who can craft these, everyone can craft them. They're free to players, get to craft them. Of course, you can buy them on the marketplace, but you can also craft them. What do you need? You need a Jotun and a pair of regular craftable parts in the old Epic, and of course a bit of resources. No workbench cost. We also got the Narwhale, which you need the Rune and Impulse and Argument, which you can't craft. Of course, that is now only in mini seasons, and there's a pack with it. I think there's a pack with it. Fin whale. You need the Jotun, you need the blockchain, which you can craft, and the fidget, which you can't craft. And of course, no, you can craft. It's on the engineers, isn't it? So everybody can craft that. But if you've got the piercers for it, and if you need the piercers, you need engraved casings, which are still not coming into the game. But that doesn't really matter anymore, because the fidget and the piercer are coming into the game via the storage containers. I forget which one has the fidget, but I can remember S1 has the piercer C. So that's going to put a limit on the price of engraved casings, because if we run out of engraved casings, you just go to get the equipment crates for engineers badges. Fin whale engine, we need a Jotun for that. Oh, I've just done that, haven't I? Yeah, yes. Whaler is the next one. You need the Jotun, you need the Fafnir, which is craftable, and the Thresher, which is also craftable. Not so bad. Yeti, oh here we go. You need the Rune, which is only craftable this season, of course, on this season workbench. Regular craftable for the Executioner. Trombone, can't craft. It's only coming into the game intermittently in packs. I dislike that. I reckon an awful lot of players dislike that. It's such an obvious money grab. And they don't need obvious money grabs, they really don't. Anyway, people keep on buying the packs because the trombone has a high price on it, and people keep on using them to craft Yetis and other stuff. So that's the legendaries. Jotun, what do we need? Oh, here we go again. The Therm, can't craft it anymore. I've just used up the last of my work pieces that came out in the original season it came out in, but it's not craftable. Well, it's not craftable for me anymore. So it's only in packs that it comes in. Really, Adventure Road. And the Pyrolid, which not everyone can craft because it's on. Which one's that? That's the Fire Starters. So that was a season. So maybe you can't craft them apart from the Crossout Day workbench. If you haven't got the Syndicate or the Founders or Fire Starters parts, you can't craft them because you didn't unlock them at the time in the season they first appeared in. You need to go over to Crossout Day, because some of them, he says there you go, there's the Pyrolid, there's the Ordecan, there's the Tempura, and the Storm, and so on. Not all of them, but some of them. That's the Jotun, and then we got the Rune, which needs the Piercer, which you can craft, but you need engraved casings. I mentioned that, didn't I? And then Samator, which you might not be able to craft. And then there's no specials to be crafted. And there are the Builder's Container, which contains all sorts of things for your range, which explains something that I was puzzling about, worried about, and the Decorator's Container, which is more stuff for your range. Because I was looking at building stuff and I kept on seeing veteran players selling some of these parts, particularly the lower grade ones, for really cheap. And I think, why are they selling them so cheap? Is this in known account trading? But having looked at, I've been reminded by looking at this that you just spend the dregs of your lighters on these things, and then if you don't want the stuff, then you just sell it off. And some people just sell off stuff cheap for some reason, and that's why they're appearing cheap. So there's nothing nefarious there, but there is a source of cheap parts for your building stuff, because they use as ingredient. They're all used as ingredients later on in the rarities. That's it for the season workbench, and that's it for the Frostbite Assault Where Did It Come From video. All there is left is showing you the fixed upgrades, which we'll do in silence. Bye! I'll see you in a couple of days for the next season.